In our last video, we headed out of Mystic Seaport in Mystic, Connecticut, a little bit down south and up the Connecticut River to a place called Hamburg Cove to hide out from a coming storm. We visited Essex, Connecticut, cute little town, great little place called the Griswold Inn where we had dinner, and then headed past New York City, East River, past Lady Liberty. In today's video, we leave Atlantic City, New Jersey, and head out down past some wind farms to Cape May, where we spend the night, and then up the Delaware past nuclear power plant, and down the Chesapeake to Norfolk, Virginia, where we spend 3 days hiding out from a tropical storm, and then on down to the ICW through some locks down to Beaufort, North Carolina. Have you ever dreamed of selling it all and cruising into the sunset? Well, that's exactly what we did. It's no fun going it alone though, so why don't you join us for the ride? We left our anchorage in Manasquan Inlet early in the morning and headed down to Atlantic City. We stayed on the inside on the intracoastal waterway. It was kind of a cold and dreary ride. In contrast, we woke up in Atlantic City to a beautiful sunny morning, and we were headed off on the inside again to Cape May, New Jersey. It was super narrow getting out of our anchorage in Atlantic City, so we had to watch it coming out, and also they were dredging right in front of us, so they had a big dredging barge parked there. We had to navigate our way around it, but it was pretty easy. They were also dredging further up the inlet, so we had to make way for that as well. We were surprised to see that Atlantic City has a pretty substantial wind farm. Going through the city takes a little bit of time because there's a number of drawbridges that we have to pass through. As we rounded the last bend in Atlantic City, we were going by this new construction, and it looks like to be a timber log home adjacent to the intercoastal. Pretty interesting because you don't see a lot of styles like that, so I wonder what it's going to look like when it's finished. Passing by Margate, New Jersey, we saw this little water park, which is probably a little fun event for the kiddies during the summertime, but being the fall, it was a little bit too cold. So after a quick night in Cape May, New Jersey, our next stop was Norfolk, Virginia. So it was decision time. We really had two options, and both had their pros and cons. So the two options, the first is 170 miles. It's more direct, and it's via the Atlantic Ocean. The second is 267 miles. It's highlighted in yellow on this map, and you would have to go up the Delaware River, crossing the C&D Canal, and then down the Chesapeake Bay. So the red route would be a long day and a short day, and the yellow route would be probably 2 long days. The problem with the red route, though, is you really need 2 consecutive days of really nice weather, and we weren't sure we were going to get that. So ultimately, we ended up taking the yellow route because there was a storm coming on the 3rd day, a tropical storm, and we needed to be in Norfolk safely in a marina. So we took the Delaware Bay north, and we had an absolutely beautiful morning, light winds, no chop. We made super good time. I think we did about 15 knots the whole way. And for some on board, the time passed pretty darn quickly. When we left Cape May, Easy Riders was about a mile behind us, but after we juiced it up, we pretty much dusted him. Come to think of it, we haven't seen Easy Riders since. As we approached the nuclear power plant in the north part of the Delaware Bay, it got even calmer. Chesapeake and Delaware Canal runs 14 miles and connects Chesapeake Bay to the Delaware Bay. We thought we were making good time, but I guess we really weren't, because these guys were passing us. The canal itself is about 40 feet deep, so you'll often see ship and barge traffic. Coming out of the C&D Canal to the upper Chesapeake Bay, we were treated once again to some seriously glassy seas, and we continued to make great time. Nearby Annapolis, we passed about a dozen ships that were anchored out waiting to come into port somewhere. So after a quick fuel stop, we headed down south, just a little bit south of Annapolis, to a place called Harrington Harbor, nice little marina, and capped off our day at about 146 miles, so it was a real long day for us. And of course, the Cakes was happy to get off the boat. Harrington Harbor South had some excellent amenities and a fabulous pool, which unfortunately was closed for the day. There was a nice walking path and the grounds were beautiful. The marina had an adjacent inn and it looked to be really, really nice. The inn even has its own beach alongside the Chesapeake. Circling back, there's a nice restaurant with an outside bar with live entertainment.
What you doing down here?
We are sauteing up some fresh scallops that we got from Cape May, from I think it's called the Lobster House. It has a
Fresh market? Seafood market?
Yeah, all kind of great stuff. We got some mahi-mahi, we had some scallops, and some flounder. And we froze the flounder and mahi. And we did what, a 140-mile day today, roughly?
Yeah,
so
148.
we are celebrating with a damn good meal.
Perfect.
So, gonna cook these bad boys up. You made a pea puree, and also we have some long grain rice ready to go.
Looks delicious.
We'll show you the plated
after. Looks like it's sizzling and very garlic smelling, but that makes it tasty, right?
Absolutely.
Almost time to plate presentation.
Yep. This is the finished plated meal. Let's see how it is. We left at dawn the next morning because wind was forecast to pick up by the end of the day, and we had to get to Norfolk, Virginia. So we're hunkered down here in Norfolk, Virginia at Rebel Marine next to the Norfolk Rebel. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But we got a tropical storm with about 40-mile-an-hour gusts. Sailboats moving around quite a bit out there. But the good news is Lulu made a delicious dinner. Look at this. Homemade baba ganoush. Pork tenderloin for me, chicken for her, fresh salad. Nope, we don't eat only seafood on island time. We're carnivores too. So the Norfolk Rebel was built by the marina owner's father, who has since passed, but the tug itself is actually the sailing tug, and they race it on the Chesapeake Bay against other similar vessels. Once the wind subsided a bit, we got to visit with a good friend of ours, Joel, a fellow PDQ owner.
Passing the Norfolk Naval Shipyard this morning, and I just heard the aircraft carrier 73 is entering the channel. I looked it up. It's been in this yard for 6 years for an overhaul. 6 years, and today is the day. Pretty cool. We saw the warning boats and tugs in front, and they'll be pulling out momentarily.
We still had a few remnants of the tropical storm, meaning some wind, some rain, some clouds. It was kind of a dreary day, but we still wanted to make some time and head south in the protected intracoastal waterway. Just south of Norfolk, Virginia proper is a lock that kind of signifies the entrance of the main part of the intracoastal waterway all the way from Virginia down to Florida. When boaters refer to the ICW on the East Coast, this is the start of the ICW that they're talking about. Essentially, you just call the lockmaster on your VHF radio. He tells you when to come in. He's waiting for you. You throw him a line. He puts it around the cleat. You're good to go for the lock operation. As we moved south past the lock, we noticed a ton of debris in the water from the tropical storm from the last few days. We had a pleasant ride south to a little town called Coinjock, North Carolina, where we tied up at a marina for the night and wanted to get an early start the next day. We like to leave early as possible in the morning because the winds are typically really light, the traffic is also light, and we had to pass some larger bodies of water today, even though we're on the intercoastal. So if the wind's blowing 15 to 20 miles an hour, you're going to feel it. In my opinion, mornings are often the best part of the day. The Albemarle Sound that is adjacent to the Outer Banks is one of those wide bodies of waters that can kick up in the winds, but we had a nice calm journey down. We just had to stop at this one drawbridge at the entrance to the Alligator River. At the bottom of the Alligator River is a canal that connects the Alligator to the Pungo River. This canal is 21 miles long, and though long and straight, I kind of like it because it's usually very calm and well protected with a lot of wildlife. Not a great shot really, but this is a bald eagle. Anytime you get near an inlet to the Atlantic Ocean, you find fleets of fishing and shrimp boats. I think some guy has a pirate fetish. Some beautiful waterfront homes here in North Carolina. And as we pass through North Carolina, we start to see our first dolphins. After a few days of traveling, we decided to take a marina in Beaufort, North Carolina. It was going to be a little bit breezy docking, but the first mate was right on it. We found Homer Smith's Marina to be in an excellent location with nice facilities.
Nice boaters lounge, coffee. Free washer dryers. 3 very nice restrooms for sure. Showers. Everything was brand new.
Beaufort's town center is an easy, probably 10-minute walk from the marina. It's a nice, safe walk past some interesting historic homes and small cottages. They have a small maritime museum in town, but we did not stop in this time. The main street is easily walkable with a number of shops and restaurants. There's a nice waterfront area which overlooks an anchorage that looks to be nice on a calm night, and I think there's also a free public dock to hang out during the day. While we didn't buy anything, we did come back for dinner. The marina has a complimentary loaner vehicle. We took the opportunity to use it to go to the local Piggly Wiggly. So that's it for this time, and thank you all for watching.